was described as an obedient daughter. She was a junior at Central High School at the time of her abduction. That's what we're going to call it. She was a straight A student and involved in many school activities. She had been on a few dates, but didn't really have a steady boyfriend, which at 15, I kind of expect that. She is, I'm going to say is because she's not been found, the youngest of 4 children. One of her older brothers passed away of polio several years prior to her disappearance. Her parents are now deceased. One of her siblings lives in Oregon and the other in Australia, which is very, very far from Wisconsin. She was, by all accounts, the type of girl that you wanted your daughter to be friends with, at least all that I could find about her. Responsible, hardworking, got straight A's. She had a beautiful smile, some called it infectious, and she had a good heart. It really seemed like she tried to stay out of trouble, but trouble found her October 24th of 1953. It was the night of the homecoming football game, so lacrosse was in for a lively Saturday, and Viggo Rasmussen, a physics professor at La Crosse State College, which is now Wisconsin University, was taking his wife, Madeline, and their 7-year-old daughter, Rosalind, to the game. They had another daughter, 20-month-old Janice, or Janice, depending on which article you read. There's quite a bit of that in this story, but it was 1953. It was a long time ago. Janice or Janice, who would remain home with a babysitter. Yet, everybody wanted to go to the game that night, so the Rasmussen's regular babysitter, who canceled her availability at the last minute, sort of really left them in a pinch. And this is where Evelyn comes in. Being such a responsible girl, she seemed like the right choice for the Rasmussen family, especially because Mr. Rasmussen was friends with Evelyn's father, Richard, who was also a teacher from the same college. Around 6:20 p.m., Professor Rasmussen picked Evelyn up himself and drove her to his house. It was the 2400 block of Holscher Drive. She was instructed to feed baby Janice and put her to bed by 7 p.m., and then return at 7:15 to cover her up. This is very vital, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I do think it's kind of strange. It's only 15 minutes. It doesn't feel long enough to me for the baby to fall asleep, but I don't have a baby, I don't know. Evelyn was a very diligent student, and she brought along several, and by several, I mean, in one article I read 4, and in another article I read 7 textbooks along with her to read while the baby slept. She was supposed to call home at 8:30 p.m. to let her family know that things were going all right. I do wonder if this was a common thing that she did when she was sitting at someone else's house, or had she done it very often, things like that. But this phone call really factors into this story. This call was never received by her family, and her father started to get worried. So he tried to call the Rasmussen house several times, but he did not get an answer. So he got in his car and drove over there to check on things. He did wait almost an hour inside near the window, but it was dark, so he didn't see it. The blood was later confirmed to be Evelyn's type. I only read that it was her type. I assume it was hers, and I assume that, in 1953, maybe they didn't have the accurate DNA to 100% confirm. Either way, the amount of blood was so fast that during the following investigation, it was called into question as to whether or not Evelyn could have survived after losing so much of it. I will talk about the locations of the blood later, but I do find it a little weird that he did not notice it. So Mr. Hartley climbed through the window into the basement, and he found a short stepladder positioned at the window. We'll talk about this again in a little bit, but it belonged to the Rasmussens, and they'd used it recently while the basement was being painted. He went upstairs and went into the living room. Again, the furniture was in disarray, and her textbooks, shoes, and glasses were scattered on the floor. The other shoe he had found in the basement. There were also footprints from a pair of tennis shoes in the living room from mud, and these were also found in the basement window box because it was like in a window well. Janice, the Rasmussen's baby, was found sleeping and unharmed in the crib. Feeling a terrible sense of dread, Richard ran across the street to a neighbor's house and called the police. This happened. He'd been at the residence at about 30 minutes at this point, which some people put into question, feeling like it was too long of a time, but he got there, he raced around the house, he was trying to find some way to get in, then he had to search the house for her. Meanwhile, one of the other neighbors saw Dr. Hartley pull up to the house. He had seen him looking around and heard him knocking furiously on the door, so this neighbor came over to find out, hey man, what the heck's going on? And he helped Richard search for Evie. The police arrived around 9:45. Strange marks were found on some of the windows. I believe 3 of the windows. Different article, different story. And some of the neighbors' houses had pry bar marks on them as well. Investigators also discovered the blood at the various places inside the house and the yard. They found a bloody handprint 4 feet off the ground on the wall of the garage, about 100 feet from the house, as well as stains on the home of a neighbor's house. So they believe that Evelyn was carried or dragged by her abductor or abductors through the yard, and that they set her down a couple of times, and that's why there were pools of blood in the yard. One of them, I believe, was 18 or 19, depending on what you read, inches in diameter. That's a lot of blood. They brought out the tracker dogs, and they traced her for only 2 blocks before losing her scent at Cooley Drive, which was northeast of the Rasmussen home. They believe that this is when she was put into a car. Evelyn had lost a fair amount of blood, but her parents and the police believe that she might still be alive somewhere. Eventually, though, the town only held bitter memories, and they too moved to a new place to try to escape them. The only development since she disappeared happened in 2004. A man named Mel Williams came forward with a conversation that he recorded years earlier at a bar. Although his goal was to record a band that was performing, the conversation between two men was unintentionally recorded. On this tape, a man called Clyde Peterson, he went by Tywee. It's a very strange nickname to me, but whatever. He implicated himself, a man named Jack, and an unnamed third party, claiming that Evelyn was murdered and buried in Lafarge, Wisconsin, after her kidnapping. These people have all passed away, so it was never proven, and they did do a search of the area where she was murdered, and I'll talk about that, where she was murdered, where this tape said she was buried, but they didn't find her. But we'll talk about that in a minute, because I'm going to go through my theories. There has been no further leads, and she has not been found. I hope that there's some speculation that she's out there somewhere just living her life, and I hope that's the case, but I don't think that is true. Alright, we have to go through the theories. Somebody told me I don't do this very much anymore. I just give you my own opinion, but okay. First one, always, she ran away. She doesn't really show any signs of wanting to run away. She was a straight-A student. She had a good life. She wasn't getting bullied or tormented or unhappy. There's another theory stating that she had a secret boyfriend and maybe she ran away with him, but I don't think that's the case. She didn't seem to be that kind of person. And running away kind of contraindicates all focus of the attack or the target or whatever. And it just so happened that Evelyn was there that night, and she had already seen whoever this man was, and they had to take her. I don't really know how true that is. I really couldn't find a lot about. I found one thing on Reddit about who the actual original babysitter was. It was kind of a sudden thing, so a lot of people may not have known that Evelyn would be at the house. But Mrs. Rasmussen was said to have hired a classmate of Evelyn's, a different girl named Janice. The baby's name is also Janice, remember? Whose father was also on the faculty of the La Crosse State College. So all these people worked together. Was this Janice ever questioned? I couldn't find anything about her. Like I said, I read one Reddit article, so who knows if that's actually true. There was a thing with this Reddit article that I feel like should be mentioned, and it says that this person started to research her, and that she was listed on the 1940 census as being a resident of La Crosse, but that was before this all happened, and that they tried to gather more information about her, so they searched for her relatives, and a dark story emerged about Janice's father, a Milford A. Cowley, no R. Cowley's neighbors described him as a proper gentleman, saying he was friendly, and he always wore a hat, and he was very meticulous about his lawn. He seemed to have led a happy and successful life. He was known to go through bouts of depression, and he lost the fight against one such bout one August morning in the late 1980s. He hanged himself in his basement at the age of 81. He was a chemistry professor at La Crosse State College with Richard Hartley, Evelyn's father, and Professor Viggo Rasmussen. Were they friends? I don't know. Milford could have been one of the few individuals that knew Evelyn would be at the home because his daughter told him, or because he'd heard it from Evelyn's father or Professor Rasmussen. Could this have driven him to hang himself? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. The Reddit person just thought that it was a line of questioning that had not been investigated before, and I agree, because I couldn't find this girl's name anywhere else. Apparently this guy also owned some acreage that maybe they think Evelyn could be hidden or still at, but I do think it's kind of a weird line of questioning that the police kind of missed that opportunity. Maybe he was mad house, the baby was still uncovered, and she was supposed to go back to cover the baby at 7:15, and the screams were heard around 7 p.m. The dad did not arrive until 9:20. So, but still, can you imagine? Anyway, so we can conclude that she wasn't a runaway. The parents didn't have anything to do with her kidnapping. She was either kidnapped because somebody planned it, or she was taken hostage in this robbery situation. But the one thing that we have to agree on is she's probably not with us any longer. She was probably killed as an unfortunate side effect of this robbery and is very likely buried somewhere. She maybe, hopefully, died before they could do anything else to her because of the amount of blood that she lost, or complications due to the injuries. I think maybe they hit her in the head, and that's why there was so much blood. Head wounds really tend to bleed a lot. I do think it's very odd that they took her out the back window. Why not just unlock the back door and take her out there? Like, you had to get a step ladder to get her out the window, instead of just unlocking the back door and taking her out. And if you're gonna take her, I mean, maybe they thought taking the baby was just too much, or maybe they didn't even go upstairs to realize that the baby was there, but poor thing. So, they could have hidden her many places. There were many wooded, cliffed areas. We're very near the Mississippi River. She could be in somebody's house. If you think about the fact that she's probably in the Mississippi, she probably would have had to have been weighed down. People did search the river, but if they weighed her down, she could have traveled. I mean, the currents can get kind of fast, and they did not search for her with sonar equipment that could see underwater. So if she was weighted down with something, they would not have seen her. If she wasn't, I feel like they would have found her fairly quickly, because they did search for her in the river. But she would have been floating. Oh, that makes me so sad. They searched the general area of where the disposed of bra and panties were found. It was not confirmed that these were hers, but the parents did say that they were the size that she wore. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that at age 15, my mom could tell you if the bra and panties that they found were mine. But maybe not. I mean, she was a babysitter. She did earn her own money, so maybe not. But they never found out who the shoes were, and I think that's strange. They did do research into them and find out what company made them, but they were distributed so widely that there was no way to trace down who could have bought them, and apparently size 11 is a pretty common shoe. I do think it's weird. Only her bra and panties. Where's the rest of her clothes? Originally, I thought, okay, well, they dumped the pants and the jacket and the shoes because they had blood on them. That makes sense to me. But you just dumped her bra and panties. Again, I hope that she mercifully passed before they did anything else to her. The idea of assaulting children makes me really want to hurt people. I don't know how people can do that. Anyway, so the clothes were all found around Highway 14, so there's a chance that she could be buried somewhere along that road. But I don't know why if they did do that, why wouldn't they bury her with all those clothes? If they were trying to hide something. she had a CT scan and, x-rays and all this stuff, and she has fractured 2 of the vertebrae in her back. If you're familiar with this, it's T6 and T7. So up by her bra line. The first pain medication they gave her made her just throw up. And of course they gave it to her on a Friday. So I had to wait till Monday to get that fixed. Oy. I can't imagine throwing up with a broken back. I used to work in a pain management office, so we actually fixed broken backs. But apparently my mom also has pretty severe osteopenia, which, if you don't know what that is, it's like your bones are like Swiss cheese. They're not very stable. And so when they fix something like that, they go in and they put cement in there to pop the vertebrae back open, which I've actually assisted in doing and mixed the cement and all that stuff. And it's really cool when it's not your mom. But her bones aren't strong enough to do that. So they basically said, we're going to manage it with pain medication. She can't wear a back brace because of her ostomy back, and I have Googled 6 ways to Sunday to see if they make back braces for people with ostomies, and they do not. So if someone could get on that, that would be awesome. All you gotta do is just put a little hole in it. I've thought about buying one and doing it myself, because she just, poor little thing, she just can't get comfortable. She can't lay flat. She, you can see her kind of wince when she moves, and it just breaks my darn heart that I can't make it better for her, We did see the surgeon. She has a hernia underneath her stoma, and so they think she had a CT scan this week, with and without contrast. I guess the other one wasn't enough, but they just left to give us medical bills, I think, to find out if they can repair them both at the same time. So they would go in and reverse her ostomy, which she's absolutely thrilled about, and fix the hernia. I was hoping they could do the ostomy laparoscopically, because I don't want her to have a big surgery again, because the first one scared the life out of me and took 10 years off my life. But it's looking like that's what we're going through. So instead of a work vacation, I'm gonna get a hospital vacation, which I wouldn't change it for the world, because she could not be here with me. But yeah, looks like we're gonna be spending a little bit more time at the hospital. But that's all I really know for now. I have been kind of hanging on to the update because it's not finished yet. We don't know. So I will update you guys on whether or not, or when she's having surgery, because she's having surgery at some point. So thank you guys for all your kindness. She was so excited. I was showing her the comments. I was like, Mom, look, like we've got friends in Norway and New Zealand and Ireland and England, and I think somebody from South Africa. She just thinks it's so cool, and I absolutely might instill a program later on. It's been my life goal to get my mom coffee mugs from every place that I have gone traveling, and it spread, and it ended up that my doctors would get her coffee mugs when they went traveling. My patients got her coffee mugs, so it might be that I send you guys money to get her coffee mugs, because I think she would just love that, and she might be needing some cheering up. Which leads me to the P.O. box. A couple more of you have asked me about getting a P.O. box, so eventually I'm going to be off work at the same time that the post office is open, and I will be able to go in and find out how much it is per month. And if it's not terribly expensive, I will go ahead and do that, because several of you, like I said, have asked me if there's some place, and I don't need gifts. so